people are also fake concerned. There's people that really just want to know your business. They really are asking what's going on with y'all so that they can spread rumors and they can go back and tell. And
say you wanna get away, we don't need a plane.
Hey, what's up guys? It's me, your girl, Alientago. I am so happy to be bringing y'all this video because I know that so many of you women can relate to this. It comes a time in every woman's life where we realize that we're not in a healthy relationship. It's not feeding us. It's not feeding our wombs and our souls. We're not able to be the best women and mothers and sisters that we want to be. And so we have to detach ourselves from that relationship, from that man, and we have to find a way to move on. It's so hard for us to do this because we feel everything so deeply, because we're nurturers, because we're about sticking around and sticking through. We're natural healers. We want to stay there. We want to help. And we just got to come to terms that it's just not the right thing to do and we have to move on. So I really want to help you guys through this time. I want you to know that it's not the end of the world as much as it feels like it. And I want to give you some tips on how you can get through this and make it the best experience that you can imagine, because it's really, really a good time for you, even though it doesn't feel like it. So let's go ahead and get to the video. The first thing that I want you to get about moving on from a relationship, detaching from a man, is making a decision first. I think this is the most important step because I feel like until you do this, you really can't do any other step. You literally have to make that decision that you are going to do a complete detachment, that you are no longer going to serve this person. You're no longer going to, be what you have been for this person, that this person's supporter, this person's lover, this person's friend. You have to literally make the decision that you're no longer going to do for this person because you can't anymore. You are, for whatever reason, for your own sanity and your own health, you're moving on from the relationship. And so you have to make that choice first. I think that a really good, easy way for you to help make the choice, one of the things that I usually advise people is to make a list. On one side of the list, you can write all the positive things, all the great attributes and the great things that you love about this person, that you love about your relationship. You can write down memories. You can write down just any specific things, even if it's the smallest thing, whatever you just know that you love, and that's probably not that easy to get somewhere else. On the other side, maybe the flip side or another page, you want to write down all the bad things about this person, the negative things. Definitely include memories. You want to really think about the things that you just can't take and you just can't stand, the things that have hurt you the most. And if you honestly can say that the bad outweighs the good, there goes your decision. Then you know for sure why you clicked on this video. You know what you need to do, and you know that you need to move forward to these next steps. So again, that's the first thing, is the decision. All right, so the second thing that I want people to get is acceptance. Say it with me, acceptance. Acceptance is so important because you have to accept that your expectations that you have for this person and for your relationship is no longer going to be taking place. You have to know that the dream that you had, the things that you envisioned for them, you have to accept that it's just not going to happen. And so this time of acceptance, it can be a little depressing because our expectations really make it hard, but it's one of the best things you can do. It's one of the things that helps you break down any illusions or delusions that you guys are going to be together, especially if you're dealing with a person that still might be trying to come back in your life and still trying to pull on you a little bit and making it kind of confusing on what you're going to do. So again, acceptance is really, really important. Just say to yourself, like, I know this is not happening. This is not what it's going to be. I'm moving on from this, and just really understand that it's not happening and it's okay. Like, the relationship has ran its course. All right, so another thing that I think is really, really important when it comes to moving on from a relationship is not making it public right away. I know that a lot of people are like in a rush to go on to social media, change their relationship status. People are like single and ready to mingle, all that stuff. Save it. Save it for the ones who need that publicity, who need it, because it's not healthy. If you're serious, if you're like for real trying to get over someone and detach yourself from a relationship, you are not going to be worried about, or at least you don't need to be worried about what other people are thinking. And if say no and all that. This is about you. This is a personal thing that is happening within your life and within your soul journey. And it's so many people out there that have mixed opinions. People don't really know of what happened in your relationship. They think they do, but they're really from, looking from the outside in. So you don't want these mixed opinions. You don't want people pulling you this way and that way. You want to be going forward with your decision that you're making based off of what you know and what you have been feeling and witnessing within your own home, within your own relationship. People are also fake concerned. There's people that really just want to know your business. They really are asking what's going on with y'all so that they can spread rumors and they can go back and tell and stuff like that. So you don't want any of that. If I were you, I would just keep it to myself. It's good to try and do that as long as you can. Don't be paranoid about it, like ducking and dodging people, but at least for the first 6 months to a year of your splitting from this person, don't let too many people know. It's safer that way. Okay, so this other one sounds kind of weird, I know, because people normally don't advise this when it comes to breakups, but it is one of the most important things. Like, this is literally at the top of the list of what to do when you're trying to survive a breakup. Shouts out to my girl Chrissy for giving me this advice, because it pretty much saved my life when I was going through the same thing. And this is going to be eating and resting. Make sure that you're eating frequently and that you are resting well. I know that sounds like what? Like all the things, but it's everything. Because when you're going through this, your mind is racing. You're thinking so hard. You're thinking of so many things. Maybe you're feeling depression. Maybe you're confused, all kinds of stuff. And so we can really forget to eat and forget to sleep. And this is our bodies. Like, look at us. We have to be able to function. In order for you to get past this, you have to be able to have a clearer mind. And so if you're not eating well, if you're not resting well, and even drinking water and things, then you're not going to be able to do that. Your body is not going to be able to catch up with your mind every day and have you processing things correctly. You're not going to be able to react to people and your kids right. Things are going to just be off. So please make sure that you are eating and drinking frequently. Another thing that I think is essential when you're trying to survive a breakup or a divorce is having a support system. You have to have a good support system. That doesn't necessarily mean that, again, you don't want to tell everybody your business. You don't have to tell a whole plethora of people. You have at least one or two friends that can be on call for you. And when I say on call, I mean like if you're going through it, if you're in your feelings at 3 a.m., someone that can pick up the phone and that will come over or that will just talk to you on the phone and be there for you. That's really what you need, a good support system, because this is not easy. There's going to be times like highs and lows. You're going to be feeling good one day and the next day you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm dying. And so it's really, really important that you can call someone when you're having those lows and they can remind you who you are and what you're doing and why you made this great decision to move on. Another really important thing that I think you should do when you're trying to move on and leave a relationship, leave a man, is have daily affirmations and do mirror meditation. You don't necessarily have to do both. You can choose one or other. If you guys want to know way more details about my mirror meditation and why I do it and what it does, I will make another video about that, so just let me know. But for now, I'll just briefly explain affirmations and meditation. Affirmations is basically when you're affirming something. That's whenever you're standing your ground on something. You're saying that something will be. It's almost like a prayer in a sense, but not really. You are making statements and you are calling them out. You're speaking it out and you're saying that that's what it will be. So it's a very powerful method into moving forward, into going through a process of anything. Mirror meditation is basically, the way I explain it is, staring in the eyes of someone is something that is really, really powerful. When you or your loved one or whoever are looking in each other's eyes, or when you would, it will be such a powerful thing because you really get to know the person, even if it's not even a loved one. You know, you can do this with your sibling, and we all know that it's something really powerful because you're staring into the soul of that individual. But one thing that we normally don't get to do is stare in the eyes of ourselves. And so mirror meditation allows you to stare into yourself, to look within your own face. Normally when we're in the mirror, we're not really looking at ourselves. And so mirror meditation allows you to look at yourself and to meditate on yourself and to basically do self-reflection. And so doing those affirmations daily, you know, saying to yourself that you are a conqueror, that you are beautiful, that you are any of the things that your partner or your ex that you're leaving said that you weren't, or any of the things that you have felt that you weren't in this relationship, and any of the things that you want to be. You can write those down, or you can say them out and affirm them every single day while you're in the mirror doing your mirror meditation. And that is a very powerful thing to do. Another thing to moving on from a relationship, getting over a breakup, is you don't want to have any contact with this person. If you can avoid it, like completely no contact. If you guys have kids together, if you guys have pets, figure it out. Figure out who's gonna have the kids on what day, what are we gonna do with the pets. Make it to where there's not too much contact. You know, try to avoid any unnecessary contact. No calling, no texting, no sexing, any of those things. You have literally made your decision. Remember, back at step 1, you made your decision to leave this relationship, to detach yourself from this person. You understand that there is no healthy reason. There is no reason that's going to benefit you and that's going to end up being something good for yourself, for you to keep in contact with this person. Unless you guys are talking about the children, unless you guys are figuring out what you're going to do as far as the split and things like that. You know, if you can do it in a healthy way, then there should be no contact. You literally want to eliminate all contact with this person because you are now in the process of moving on and stepping into the light. All right, so this other one, a lot of people are kind of iffy about. Some people say you should date and you should talk to other men when you are trying to get over someone, and some people say you shouldn't. I completely understand why people say you should not, because I definitely don't agree that you should be opening up yourself, you know, intimately with someone else while you have just, you know, stopped another relationship, while you're trying to get over someone else. I definitely don't agree with that for so many reasons. But as far as if you should have friends that are of the opposite sex, or if you should, you know, just have company, I think that you should. I honestly think that a really good way to move on and get over someone is by having the company of someone else. You have to be very careful. You have to make sure that you're not using them or anything just to get over that person. You have to make sure that it's innocent. You want to make sure that you're not catching feelings, because you already are trying to detach yourself and end your feelings with the last person. But I think that when it comes to company, when it comes to just keeping you a little busy, and just keeping you happy, it can really, really help if you got some positive people that are of the opposite sex that maybe you can hang out with, go on a few dates with. And yeah, I think that it's perfectly fine. And I think that it's something that you should do as long as it's innocent and as long as you understand that there's no feelings that should be attached. You are literally just getting your feet wet. You know, you're just living life now. You're just being single and happy. Another great thing I think you should do to get over this breakup is you should keep yourself busy. You should pick up a hobby. If you already had one and you fell off, pick it back up. If you've been thinking about doing some things and you've been procrastinating, stop procrastinating. Make this the time to get into that, because you want to keep yourself busy. Your mind wants to think about the situation so much. Your mind wants to be depressed. Your mind wants to be sad. It wants to think about, it wants to connect the songs that you hear and the movies that you watch and everything that you do to this relationship that you're trying to get over. So do yourself a favor and keep yourself busy. Like I said, pick up some hobbies, go volunteer somewhere, whatever. Anything that you've been putting off that you didn't want to do before, do it now. Literally keep yourself busy so that you don't have to be worried about contacting this person, and you don't have to be thinking about this person all the time. Listening to music. Now, this is a major one for me. When I tell you music has got me through all my breakups, I literally have a song for every ex that I have. And they have helped me tremendously. I will like play some songs for y'all if y'all need to listen to some stuff that will get you motivated. Now, I think it's important to know that the things that are calling yourself savage and that got you feeling like you don't need nobody and I ain't fucking with you, all that stuff, you probably want to lay off on that. That's not the right energy that you want to be in when it comes to moving on from a relationship that actually really can help you into the type of emotions that are more so egotistic and bitter and can help you be jealous. Like, it can really form a lot of energies that you really don't want. So if I were you, I would just stay on a really mutual wave. You want to still listen to some nice love songs, some songs that not necessarily remind you of your ex, but that just remind you of love, because love is still good, and you want to remember that. You want to still know that love is still good. Don't let that person, corrupt you of the type of thing that you really do want to attract, that you actually really want for yourself, even if it didn't work with them. So really just try to stay positive in the type of music that you listen to, because that also is the same thing as type of energy that you're depositing into yourself. And you want to stay on a high ground when you're dealing with this. As soon as you decide to go low vibrational, as soon as you decide to go negative, a lot of things, your whole day is going to be negative. And we don't want that. We want positivity. We want to remember that you're going up from here, even though it can feel like you're going down. You're actually about to blossom like the flower, the beautiful flower that you are. And you have learned so much in this past relationship, and you're going to take what you learned into your next one and be a better woman. You're going to attract the kind of man that you want. And so yes, all of this is going that way as far as the music that you listen to, okay? Another thing I think is really important when it comes to moving on from a relationship, getting over that man, this one is important. It's our body, ladies. We've got to keep our body right. It's important. Like, I'm telling you, like, it sounds kind of shallow, but when you're going through a breakup and your butt is not right and your body is not right, it is just not right. That's the best way I can explain it. You don't want it. And if you have it already, change it. Let that be your hobby. Focus, 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 focus. Say, one of the things that I'm going to do as far as me detaching myself from this man and moving on, one of the empowering things I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on my body. I'm going to get into my body and do it. I did it. You can do it. Get into yoga and, get a yoga practice, get an exercise practice, and make yourself be so crazy about it. Make yourself do it twice a day, once a day, early in the rising, before you go to bed, whatever it is. But set yourself to doing that, to focusing on your body, because when you do it, you can put a lot of the hurt and a lot of the energy that you have towards this, first of all. And then when you do it, you're going to see the change. You're going to feel it on the inside, and then you're going to see the physical change. And in order for you to feel good, you got to look good. And so once you see that your body is getting where you want and your goals are being met physically, it's going to do a whole internal thing for you too. So yes, please, ladies, yoga is a major thing. Yoga is, stretching the limbs and your bones, and it is a great exercise. It's about connecting your higher self with your lower self, and it definitely can lift that booty and make you just feel good. So I'm telling you, when it comes to your mind and everything, exercise is the same way. A lot of people exercise for mental clarity, just for mental exercise itself. So yes, get your body right, focus on your body. forgiveness is so important in this. It's really, really important because it's kind of crazy, because it's like you're making this decision and you know that you're doing this, you have to do it, and you're going forward, and yes, go, it's healthy, it's right. But then you can also end up having like resentment towards yourself and like feeling guilt and all these different emotions. It's so weird, but it's just the way it works, like because you didn't expect this. You did not want for your relationship to end. You didn't want to have to split your family up. You didn't want to have to do this. You know, this is not why you invested into the house that you invested in, or the cars, or whatever you invested in, the time and the energy into your relationship, so that you can be at this point where you're trying to figure out how to leave that person, how to get over that person. I know it's not what you ideally wanted, but it is what it is, and it's okay. And so you have to make sure that you forgive yourself for it, because it's not your fault. And you're doing a healthy thing by realizing that, by accepting that, and by moving on and all that. So it's all good. You don't have to have some type of feeling where you're mad at yourself, where you feel like you failed or something. So yeah, make sure that you have complete forgiveness for yourself. Make sure that you realize that this is not your fault and that you are doing a great job, and keep moving. Go. All right, guys, so that was all my tips. I am so happy that you guys were able to tune in. I hope this video helped you. I hope that you will be able to realize that you are not going through a crisis, a midlife crisis right now because of your breakup, because of your divorce. I want you to know that it's just a process in your evolution. It's just a process in your journey. It's an amazing process. Write things down. Make sure that you're journaling during this time. Do your daily affirmations. Get in tune. Know that you are better than the relationship that you were in. That's the reason why you made this decision. If not, then you would be trying to figure out how to stay with that man. If you know that person has not been giving you what you deserve and what you need, then that's why you're making this choice. And it's an awesome choice. I'm proud of you. I'm so happy that you made this decision. So don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope that you guys can share it. I hope that it will help anyone who's watching it, or anyone that you share it with. May we all one day understand that breakups are not the end of the world. As long as we get that we are not supposed to be with the person forever. One day it has to end, whether it's through death or whether it's just a decision making like what you're doing right now. So eventually it has to happen, and it's okay. So I mean, like, come on, bon travail, you know, kudos to you. And I will see you next week. All right, it's Oli Indigo. Peace.